worried about quality.
I gotta be closer to you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got it. The meeting is being live streamed, of course.
ZoomTube. Oh, shit, I don't have my glasses on. You're gonna have to read the comments.
What's up, Dark Judges? Desperate. Oh, well, look. It goes live as soon as we hit the button.
And we're delayed.
What's up, Dark Judges, Desperados, and dudes in dick-shaped helmets? You're listening to Cursed Earth Radio, the one and only podcast bringing Dredd to the Dreadless.
Broadcasting outside the walls of Mega City 1 across the Black Atlantic in North America. I'm your favorite weenie, Cool Johnny Cool.
And this is Heavy Metal Kid. And today we are talking about a bunch of stories that I'm not caught up on, but guess what? Cool Johnny Cool's here to tell you what the fuck's going on. I'm here to point out the fact that Jake Lynch, as an artist, is obsessed with ass.
All right, can I do the Prog number now?
Prog number.
We're doing Prog 2317. We have Judge Dredd, The Hagger They Fall, Part 1. The Out, Book 3, Part whatever the fuck we're on. Joe Pineapples, I think it's Part 7. The Order is back. You can get some Francis Bacon for your wiener.
No,
and Proteus Vex, Crawl Space. We are evil and dropped up for balls. So listen up.
Let me just point out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making any assumptions about you as a human being.
I don't give a
Your
shit. I ain't here for none of you
sexuality or
motherfuckers.
your sexual tastes in the bedroom.
You need
But
to
I'm
stop looking in my
looking-
bedroom.
But I'm looking around. I see Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
I see RoboCop. I see I.G.I. Joe. Not too many Masters of the Universe, except for Fisto.
Judo's over there.
Don't
Jitsu,
that's- don't say that. That's racist.
Well, I mean,
Yep, this is.
you
this
came here to
is-
get fisted, right?
Let's talk about what's going on with your week. What do we do on this podcast?
I don't know. I'm trying to share the link. Keep talking.
Oh. So this week, I'll give you guys a real quick summary of where I'm at in the Prog. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I've been out of the game for a little while, but I did read, and I'm pretty much caught up on Vex and Dredd.
You're gonna have to tell me what the fuck's going on in the chat. I don't have my goddamn glasses on.
Someone says, "What's up?" That's Douglas Morris. Wiener, if he got the first wiener in, and Chelsea was second wiener, which is just fine.
Let's be honest, it's not your first wiener.
That's true. Are you talking to Chelsea? That's
I'm
kind
talking
of
to
neat.
you.
Sounds.
Chelsea's our correspondent. What the fuck was she doing last week? She was going to be our correspondent for some fucking
She was
thing.
going to be our correspondent
Droid Life.
for Droid Life. She didn't do it.
Chelsea, we are disappointed.
Man, you had one job. I mean,
So did we, and here we are dressed as wieners in my basement.
I know. We're late because I was at work, unfortunately.
Now
And,
you're a dork.
I had to take time to put my wiener.
Did you drive over with your costume on?
Yeah, I did. Man, it's cold. Believe it or not, these wieners provide a pretty good amount of insulation. I don't know about you, but
Is your wiener winterized?
my my wiener holds heat.
I can't believe it's come to this. Said the wiener.
So you said to me, hold on.
What?
You said to me when we started this thing, right? You were like, how'd you put it? You were like, are we really doing this, huh? Like tonight. And I was like, dude, everybody's got to have a thing.
And I said, why couldn't ours be a good podcast?
So I dated a girl once, and her dad was like a no nonsense kind of guy. Like he talked once or twice in the whole time that we ever knew each other, right? And but he had a little business where he was buying all these little knickknacks and selling knickknacks, right?
What'd you call me?
And he was like, I need a name for my business.
What terrible shit did you suggest?
Well, his name was Gary. And I went, Crazy Gary's Knickknacks. And he sat there for a long time and he goes, every business needs a name.
He was a thinker, was Gary.
He was
A deep and ponderous man.
He was. And I feel like that's, everything needs a gimmick. And this is ours. And believe it or not,
You don't do anything without a gimmick.
you came up with this.
Did I?
Yeah, you did, man.
Oh, yeah. It was, fuck me.
You said
Jesus.
they got wiener costumes at Target.
And you said, oh, boy.
I said, does that mean we're going to go buy wiener costumes?
Speaking of Target, no, we did not go to Target in the wiener costumes last week.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. And why is that?
Because I go to wiener costume.
I'm not kidding. I had these. In my mind, every week after we did this, we were going to Target in the wiener costumes. I thought we were going to go to shows in these. I was pretty excited. And you have just completely turned your back on the wiener.
Dude, wiener bums me out. Like mine included.
Wiener got you here, literally. And wiener is what keeps people coming back.
Whenever you go for your next certification, I'm going to show up to the exam and just play footage of us in these costumes.
Yeah.
And they're just going to go, no, sorry, you can leave now.
Yeah.
You don't have to finish the exam. We're done.
So, yeah, that's the thing.
It's a good shot at my hot water tank over there.
And also, when we go over to the UK, right? When we go,
can we fly? Are we flying in these?
Yeah. You can wear a hot dog costume on a plane.
Have you tested this theory?
No, but I mean, have you seen some of the shit people wear and call it like fashion?
Have you like pictures in the 40s of people getting on airplanes? They're dressed in suits and dresses, and they've put effort into how they look, and now it's just a bunch of schlubs and fucking Cookie Monster sweatpants.
If there is a possibility that a Delta employee is going to drag me out of the plane and beat the shit out of me, and it's going to be on video, I want to be wearing this.
Tune in for our next episode. HMK gets his wiener beat.
Yeah. Listen, no, I think when we go over to the UK and we walk onto the floor to go to our booth at Lawless or Lawgiver, which one is it? Lawless.
They'll ask us to leave.
No, people will be like, there they are. They're those guys, man. They're those two American blokes that we've been listening to, our favorite American wieners.
American. Oh, God, I hate this podcast.
You wanted it.
I don't know how. I was the one championing our return, and fuck, man.
Yeah.
Careful what you ask for, you just might get it.
Yeah. So how'd the Prog strike you this week?
Well, you got any 2018 news? You got nothing, right?
No, I got no 2000 AD news, man. Other than I will say I did look into Block War. I'll tell you a couple things that I found out about Block War from Warlord Games.
Right on.
It is an expansion.
Okay.
It's a new system that goes along with it. And boy, let me tell you, the miniatures that they released are everything we've always wanted. Number one, more fatties. And if you order, they have a big bundle and you get free fatties. But there's new fatties, there's Eldsters, and there's other angry mob people that some of them look like simps, but there's Eldsters. So I'm going to have to get myself those extra fatties because that's the army that I was planning on playing. So, yeah, man.
We really do need to play that again sometime.
Yeah, and televise it.
We have to remember how to play it.
Right. Yeah. We'll figure that out, I'm sure. But
so last week we gave Mac Anorak shit for not saving the podcast from itself.
Yeah.
And he gave us one of those Sermon on the Mount messages that you gave that one time when I called you out for bullshit and not going to shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And he said, well, I've been doing stuff, motherfucker. And he I don't know if you all saw it, but 2000 AD's account shared it today. There's a Kickstarter for a 1/6 scale Johnny Alpha statue figure. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So go check out 2000 AD's account. It's on there. I forget the fucking name of it. But Mac, yeah, you didn't do shit, bud, because look at us. We're here dressed as wieners. You could have stopped this. This is on you.
You could have dressed as a wiener too.
Or you just could have come on and made it a good podcast. Taken over.
Any wiener is welcome.
No, absolutely not.
On our podcast.
No.
Any wiener is welcome.
Nope.
So yeah, that's all the Dredd news that I have. And now it's time to read the Prog, I suppose.
So you're not gonna roll with Jake and I on Saturday, right? For the Division 2.
No, I'm out of town, unfortunately. But
I say you don't want to hang out. You ain't got to keep making up fucking excuses.
You're the one who dropped out last week, bro.
What did I drop out? What did I do last week?
The Division. We were gonna play, and you said no. You told Jake I can't do it tonight.
I said, can we try it next Saturday?
Well, that means I can't do it tonight.
Jake and I have at least tried. Where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, I downloaded it. I downloaded the Division, and I also downloaded Warhammer. No, I had that already.
Yeah, no. Tell me more lies about things you've done.
I did download the Division. I got to the character creation screen, and I was like,
"Oh yeah, you're gonna need to put on levels before you get in there." Have you seen My Glorious Idiot?
Oh yeah, I got this. I make the same guy for every game.
Well, everybody wants to make their character cool and badass, and my knee-jerk reaction is, I want to make this motherfucker as dumb as possible. There's a subsection in the creative character in this where you can base the eyes out. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck, they're going to be back by his ears.
Yeah.
No, it's all proportionate. Yeah. And I got so fucking bummed out. I couldn't make him as dumb as he deserved to look.
I make the same guy in every game. His name is Rad Badson. And he is skinny, pale, tall, blonde comb over, and big glasses, and usually a mustache, depending on how I'm feeling.
I got a dumb ski mask, which is as dumb as I've been able to make my guy look. And in my fanfic, he's a descendant of the Midnight Diddler from The Hunt.
Oh, okay.
that's how I'm connecting.
Yeah.
And my daughter now says the Midnight Diddler, and I'm like, you probably shouldn't fucking say that.
Don't go to school and say that.
Don't tell people about Daddy's Midnight Diddler.
Yeah.
Oh
well.
Prog!
It's Prog. The Haggard They Fall.
Yeah, you read this, right?
Yeah, of course I did.
Tell me your thoughts and feelings about Droid Life this week.
I didn't read it because that was Chelsea's job. And my thoughts and feelings are that I don't even know if it was in the Prog, and I don't know why I didn't even look for it. Kat Sullivan, you're doing Grud's work, but I don't know what the problem is.
But are you evil and drocked up? Furball.
You know, I have a hard time believing this guy is evil and drocked up until the very last panel of this.
It's like when you call yourself a rad dude. You most certainly are not. That's something you need third-party verification on.
Yeah. How when you read this, so this character that comes in here, this weird cat gumshoe character,
Sneeches. He is evil and drocked up.
And when he comes in, how did you? Every time it said hairball, how did you read that in your head?
First, I thought he was actually coughing up a furball, but then Dredd says, "I'm furball listening." I'm like, oh, he must actually be fucking saying furball.
Or did Dredd go, "I'm listening"?
Well, if you notice, every time Sneeches says furball, it's sitting in between carrots, and Dredd just straight up says it. So I don't know if he's going furball. This is a fucking weird. This is even for Dredd. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, man, it's very strange, and I don't really necessarily know where this is going. I don't think this is going to be anything drawn out, but knowing 2000 AD, it's possible that Sneeches comes back and ends up playing a major role, because look at fucking big-headed Nightmare Buratino and his role in 2000.
Which you still need to go back and read, because that's going to, I'm sure, come back.
Is it going to make me cry?
No.
Did they kill him?
I can't tell you anything.
Oh my God. Okay.
There's a man with a portal for a face. I don't know if he's singing for Portal.
Ah, yeah.
But it's so I like the fact that when the weird alien Star Wars B character pulls the gun on Joe and he says that he should de-escalate. I'm like, oh, that's nice. He's actually thinking about de-escalating. And what does he fucking do?
It's funny. He has this whole dialogue. He's like, what do they call it? The violence? This right here on that top.
Oh, applied violence, I think.
Applied violence as being something that like a class you take at the Academy of Law says that I should do this, but maybe there's a more judicial way. And then, of course, the judicial way is like, I'll have a little dialogue, and then I'll do the exact same thing I said I wasn't going to do.
Skull to brick.
Yeah. Yeah, totally Star Wars B character. And for 1 second, because I've been out of the game, I was like, oh my God, Maitland died. And that's what this is. And I was like, no, that's somebody's mission. And I was like, if you didn't tell me that our favorite porn star turned judge, Mia Khalifa here, didn't die, and she did, I was going to be upset.
Now she looks like the Baroness.
Yeah. Well, hey, I love 2000 AD and I love the artwork in 2000 AD, but I don't know who's who sometimes.
Oh my God, so the QR code in the Prog goes to Wheel Freedom. Apparently it's a hover round website. What the fuck, 2000 AD? Mobility scooters, powered wheelchairs. Is this a shot at Americans for being fat?
They're basically telling us that they make belly wheels.
Yeah. So was that planned? Did you guys just pick a random QR code and said, fuck it, we'll see where it goes? Because it goes to the Hover-Round website.
Yeah, they're saying, hey, you're fat, USA.
USA! Yeah. USA! So, yeah, we're still going back to Atlantis.
Yeah.
We're still going back to the Red Queen, which still ties back to Smiley in the Small House, which still ties back to fucking Trifecta.
Yeah. We're feeling we're definitely feeling the reverberations of that one for a while. Did you think we would get Keeper Hag though?
Again?
Yeah.
No, I figured Keeper Hag died in the Atlantis flood, but apparently Keeper Hag and Sentient Toy both survived the Black Atlantic.
And I'm not a Keeper Hag fan, probably because I wasn't familiar with Trapper Hag. I don't have any sort of connection to that. But I will say, if at some point Keeper Hag and Sentientoid end up on a team, that might be very interesting. I mean, Sentientoid, as I'm sure Tharg knows, you can't get rid of Sentientoid. Okay, he's one of your up and comers. We need to keep him around.
I want the buddy cop comedy with Sentientoid and Burrito.
Yeah, well, so that tells me that Burrito's alive.
No, it's past tense. Like their adventures before.
No.
Yeah.
You just fucked up now.
Yeah.
You blew my immersion. You spoiled.
I'm not blowing anything on you, dude.
Spoiler alert.
You didn't even remember that was a story until 5 minutes ago.
What? So yeah, man. We'll see where this goes. I don't think this is going to have any major implications, but then again, in 2000 AD, just about everything has major implications, right?
Maybe we'll get a highest toys Sneetches figure that is evil and dropped up.
Yeah,
Furball.
They do know how to, in the middle of what can often seem like a run-of-the-mill police procedural,
get fucking weird with it.
They know how to get fucking weird with it. Yeah. Speaking of getting weird, we're still ugly here in the out. I'm not caught up on the out, but some things never change.
From part 6, I want to know your interpretation of what the fuck's going on.
Man, I read this and kind of caught up in my head, right? I was like, oh yeah, she was like stuck in that murder machine. And then I was like, what happened in the murder machine?
Carrying Warframe.
Yeah, and I couldn't remember.
Tankinar Warframe.
I couldn't even remember if she managed to get out. So I'm a little lost on this one, of course.
Well, that's the whole impetus of this chapter.
Right. Okay. And for me too, with the out, there's always that sense of like, what the fuck is happening next? It goes places we never expect it to go. So catch me up, man, and catch our listeners up.
All right. So we first visit with Sid again in these weird settings in the first couple chapters. We find out that she is actually being cross-examined. She did, in fact, escape the Tankinar Warframe, and they're trying to figure out how the fuck she did that, because nobody's been able to unbond with the Tankinar tech and what she remembers from it. So she's been on a freighter traveling through space, being interviewed in her psyche by an entity, I think it's pronounced Ooge.
Okay.
And then a lesser, further, a little bit down the rung in responsibilities, Ruels. And they're both cross-examining her and going through her memories to figure out where she was infected with the Tankinar virus and how she escaped the Warframe. Okay. Nobody's ever done that before. So she goes on trial. They find her not guilty, but the threat that she might still actually have some Tankinar in her. She is on house arrest forever. I forget what the planet's called, but she's being guarded by Kedge Sasalak.
Okay.
And Kedge Mumalot.
Okay.
So we have two of our favorite dudes back. Same species.
Yeah. Warring panda species. Love those guys.
And
R.I.P. Kedge Dadalak.
In this chapter, the back door of her prison house has been left open. The back door is a portal, and it's been dialed to a specific spaceport. And Sid thinks it's Rules who's helping her. So Sid and Bag are back on a journey to, what was it, the home world where she was put back together after she was exploded. Kojo, I am not ready. I am not prepared.
Hey, you're more prepared than me.
I'm trying to remember the Zoto home world, because she wants to go back and find out if she was infected post rebuild or if it was already in her.
Yeah.
And they didn't see it and rebuild it in her.
Okay. Huh. Dan Abnett, man. One thing about this guy is, I always say it, I think Dan Abnett's one of the great writers at 2000 AD, but you can never even speculate as to where this thing's going to go when it comes to him, because he's on a whole different level.
So I was happy to see Sid back. We said it a million times on our show. If you look at us, now that you can look at us in our wieners, not two dudes that the out would resonate with. Yet here we are.
Yeah.
I can't even see you. I just see bun. I see your buns.
Yeah. We're not, generally, I if you told me the story of the out, I would probably give it a pass. But because it was in the middle of the prog and we gave it a read, man, it consistently ends up being something that I really, really enjoy. So
I just can't believe we're here doing this.
Yeah. Now, this next thing, man, I'm fucking bummed that I've been missing out on this because this is some Clint Langley ABC Warriors. And Clint Langley, for me, is the dude that I want to see doing some ABC Warriors. This has a very, very, 10 years back vibe to me.
Well, you can always go back and read the preceding chapters and get caught up.
Yeah. Sure I will.
It definitely puts me in that late 90s, 2080 / heavy metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clint Langley, for me, whenever I think about owning, I do own some ABC Warriors art. I own some Henry Flint ABC Warriors because it had a monkey and an ABC Warrior. But when I think of who is the ABC Warrior artist in my head, it's like, oh, well, it's Clint Langley, man. Because, have a look at the prog, it's just got such a sense of you kind of 90s action vibe. He's done a few stories in this universe, and I have collected editions, and for me it's just kind of become oh yeah, this is what ABC Warriors looks like to me.
Fantastic. I'll let you catch up on that one so we can talk about it next week.
I'll tell you, I got very excited in this, A, because they were cyborg vampires, but B, because at the end they're talking about Joe Pineapples he has to go kill Black Blood.
Yes.
And Black Blood is aesthetically the coolest motherfucker in this universe.
So I've been enjoying the story. I love Clint's art. I had a realization just based on some graffiti in this art that I really should have figured out back in 1992. Mm-hmm. So it says Alien Nation right there.
Yeah.
So you remember that's the movie and the subsequent series on Fox, right?
Yeah.
I was yesterday years old when I got the dual meaning, the Alien Nation. And I went, oh, that's clever. Oh, I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking dumb.
If it makes you feel any better, I was, maybe 2 years ago, did I realize that the Blink-182 album,
Take Off Your Pants and
Jacket.
And that's the subtlety of that one.
And I worked in a record store, and they played that record over and over and over with a voice over the loudspeaker saying, from Blink-182's new album, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. And I never fucking got it. I never got a jack off joke. Me.
Turbo Negro had a song on Party Animals called If You CK IFYOUSEEKAYE, Tell Her I Love Her. Yeah. And I didn't land for me until I listened to the song and I went, oh my God, they're fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
It's not even their native tongue and they're pulling off shit like this.
Yeah. I don't know how we didn't get this, but I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of ashamed of yourself, the order's back for one more round. They went through all this backstory. And so your captain still wears his hat to the table.
Dude, I don't like the order. I don't want it.
Well, it's going away. And the thing is, we love Keck W in Dead World. Why can't we have Dead World?
I'll tell you why I don't like the order, because I'm dumb. And I don't know historical characters.
I knew it was Francis Bacon the whole time.
And I don't know what the fuck Carmen Sandiego's doing here with these tentacles. But I've had enough. I don't care about Benjamin Franklin or Benjamin Button. I don't want any of these people. I love the idea. The only person I can fucking recognize there is Paul Bunyan because he's gigantic.
What about this man taking a shit in the bushes? That's the only thing I keyed in on this whole thing was that guy's taking a dump.
Man, when we started reading the order, I thought, what a cool idea. I was trying to get into it. I was trying to, oh man, superheroes, they're historical characters. And I just don't give a fuck.
It became the bane of your existence and the quickest way to make you angry that I know.
I don't know who anybody is.
You didn't know shit. I've never seen you go that hot that quick, and it will forever be my favorite memory of you.
Man, yeah. I honestly, I think I'm too dumb for the order. Look at me.
What about this, says lowbrow? This is highbrow entertainment.
I mean, there is a man taking a shit in the bushes in this, the order, but man, it's just, I don't have the energy. It's going away. You say this is it?
Yeah, this is it.
Good.
But it's here for the whole year.
I had another question. Can we rewind? Can we rewind our conversation?
Yeah, where are we going?
Not about the order.
Okay.
Was Pat Mills not involved in that Joe Pineapple story?
Yes, he's writing.
So apparently he doesn't hate 2000 AD like we speculated.
He doesn't hate money.
He just throws a lot of shade their way. But
yeah.
I guess he's in that position where he's like, I'm Pat Mills, motherfucker. What are you going to do? Not let me write for 2000 AD? I don't know. I need to know more about Pat Mills' beef with 2000 AD and why his Slain did what it did.
I need to know why Pat Mills hasn't finished off Defoe yet.
Pat Mills is the most punk rock motherfucker out there. But I feel like Pat Mills is a little bit like Ben Weasel, where you're kind of like, man, I kind of want to say hi to him, but he's probably going to be mean to me.
Yeah.
But no, okay, sorry to rewind. I just didn't want to talk about the order. I don't like the order because I'm dumb. There you go.
That is the most succinct review of the story in the Prog you will ever get out of two North American idiots wearing wiener costumes.
I know. Someone is saying, Douglas Moore is saying, why can't the Helter Skelter episode be available on this channel? It was amazing.
Dude, you've got to put it up. It's my favorite episode we've ever done. Just because of your fucking meltdown halfway through.
Listen, I think it's cool. I will put it up. I promise you.
You got to get them special pills from Conrad Thompson.
I will put it up because it is cool to me that any human being on the planet has a favorite episode of this.
Have you listened to that episode? No. It's fucking glorious. Of all the meltdown, knockdown yelling that we've done at each other.
Yeah. That
one takes the fucking cake.
Give me your top 5 and I'll upload them to YouTube. How about that?
Put them on the Facebook page and we'll fumble around and we'll upload the Helter Skelter episode 5 times under the wrong number a bunch.
Yeah. Cursed Earth Radio's greatest hits. There you go.
Doug says he wishes that episode was live. I mean, we recorded it live, and that reaction was very visceral and very. Yeah. You didn't know shit.
Chelsea wants to know if we're going to do Dread Time stories. I loved doing that, man.
We're having trouble getting the weekly.
I know. Out. But for people that don't know what that is, Dread Time stories was we would each read different random shit in the progs. Old progs, and then we would tell each other about it and ask questions. It was kind of fun, man.
It was, because you never know where the fuck it was going to go.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed that. It's like Cursed Earth Radio's version of an unboxing or a reaction video, which I hate. But when we did it, it was fun.
I'm guessing you didn't bring that stuff from Jake so we could have reactions.
I brought my wiener. That's all I have.
Damn it. Proteus Vex, crawl space.
Hey, I know what's happening here, man. Proteus Vex is the shit every week. And once again, we got ass.
I mean, Jake and Jim, it's just ass with those.
Honestly, I zoomed in. I screenshotted the second page, right? Honestly, at this point, they're just drawing ass. She's Nade is bent over the railing, just showing it off. Each cheek is highlighted by that spandex. The dreamsicle ass of Nade is highlighted in this so much. We got Scorcher ass. We got fucking Vex ass. We got all the ass that we can handle.
In my head, like when Michael brought the script to Jake and Jim for this chapter,
yeah,
he looked at him and said, "Let's tone it down on the ass."
No.
And I like the next time he brings the next chapter script, he's just going to go, quit listening to those idiots, dial back the ass.
Yes. No. I'm sorry. I had to text someone and say I'm dressed like a wiener. I can't respond to you.
Is it the NSA agent watching this in charge?
I was actually working on some endorsements for the show.
Are you talking to Otto?
The Oscar Mayer people.
Oh, blowing up my meat hole.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or do the obdurate look like Quasimodo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Man, I'll tell you something about the obdurate, man.
They are fucking ugly.
Well,
fuck ugly.
They
Trademark Cursed Earth Radio.
They are fuck ugly. But, until this was drawn by Jake Lynch, I had no idea what the fuck it was. And I wonder, I'd love to know when we have our friends on here again to talk about this. The question is, does Jake get this image from Henry Flint? That is really, I always felt like just Henry Flint being like, I don't know, here's some fucking weird clam butthole looking creature with a face.
I have a name, sir.
And then Jake has to go, well, to me, that looks like some sort of weird turtleneck and like a whitish.
He could be wearing a wiener costume.
I mean, he looks like he's been circumcised. That's for sure.
He looks like he's pissed off at everything. I did notice, like, we view Vex as a hero. And this was kind of, at this moment, I was like, is Vex allegory for North America or Homelander and the boys? Because everybody we view Vex as a hero, but the Obdurate comes up and calls him the Butcher. It's like, fuck you, buddy. You did. It's like, oh shit.
Don't do that to us.
Well, I'm just saying that's honest.
Yeah. I mean, I would accept it. I would certainly accept it. But in this case, he's kind of like, he's definitely not he's the lesser of the evils, for God's sake.
Yeah. It's all gray area here. And now, like the last time, they talked the Scorchers into getting involved in the Obdurate War.
Yeah.
And now we're here like, hey, so those guys are dicks.
Yeah.
But if you help us murder their entire species, you can have their kingdom.
He's yeah. It's just like this whole like, hey, I know I put you here, but I'm here to, try and let you get back. I don't know. I feel like if Vex is North America, then who the fuck are the Scorchers, right? Because I have spent some time feeling like we might be the bad guys. I mean, North America.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we are. It's the one thing I always try to remember is like, as a country, we're founded on just terrible bullshit. Not that there isn't a country out there that isn't founded on terrible bullshit.
But, if there is one message you can take away from what we're doing right now is that you can turn all that around and do something with your life.
This is doing something with our lives. Oh, I can't believe you people watch this. What's wrong with you?
What happens next in Proteus Vex? What are your predictions?
Ass.
Man,
we have been the benefit factors of preliminary ass shots.
Yeah. I honestly can't believe how obsessed with ass Jake Lynch is. It's crazy. People are asking. Our two people in the chat that give a fuck about this podcast are asking for bringing back ads and bringing back boilet paper. I did have boilet paper stickers made and a boilet paper logo made.
Let me guess. You didn't source it to me because you couldn't blow your cover.
No, it was. I think I needed it fast, and you were busy, and so we got a boilet paper logo made.
I'm fucking offended. What about Thunder Chunder?
You got to make that one. But if you're interested, here's what I'll do. I'll bring the boilet paper stickers to you. And then if you live, no matter where you live on the planet, just send a message to Cool Johnny Cool.
And I will take a picture of the sticker and send it to you. We've talked about doing like a compilation of all the commercials.
Yeah.
And he would giggle like an idiot about the funny thing he did. And it was always about my dick not working.
It was so much fun. Listen, if somebody out there wants to do it, if you really want Cursed Earth Radio to have an archive, I will Dropbox every single episode and send them to you. And you can upload them on a sister Cursed Earth Radio archive channel and label them and go through and figure out which is which. I just don't have the time to do it. I'm proud of our old episodes, except for the first like 10.
First year's rough.
But I would love to upload those. I just don't have the ability in my schedule.
I don't believe for a minute that you know where all those files are. I've seen your desktop.
We're looking at it now.
I mean, you just fucking.
I have a Cursed Earth Radio folder on my desktop.
There's a folder called Donkey Punch. What the fuck is that?
Don't click on it. It's a band I'm working on.
You know,
it's my new grindcore band.
That's almost believable from you. Anybody else would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Oh man, this episode of Cursed Earth Radio is sponsored by Donkey Punch, the only punch made with real donkey. Your lady having trouble getting it up in the sack? Donkey Puncher.
Wait, my lady's having trouble getting it up in the sack?
Yeah, man.
What?
It's 2023.
Is it like the dollar store equivalent of Kool-Aid, Donkey Punch, or Hawaiian Punch?
Donkey Punch. Yeah, instead of the Kool-Aid man breaking through your wall, a big fist comes through.
Oh no!
Donkey Punch.
And this is amongst the multitude of reasons 2080 will never recognize us ever, ever, ever.
What if?
But the fact that Jake and Jim and Michael have taken pity on us. They're strange cousins to the west. What the fuck are you doing? Is the podcast over or just the episode? So tune in next week for your new hosts, Mac Anorak and Chelsea. We've been imbeciles. You want to send us home?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages,
no!
Cursed Earth Radio fans all around the world. Some of you wanted this back. This is about as old school YouTube as you can fucking get. Ladies and gentlemen, Wiener. How do you end it? Why are we putting this out?
Sleep meeting, you shit. Is it still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
So welcome to Cursed Earth Radio After Hours. We're going to dick around a little bit.
Go ahead and say it.
Wiener.